And we are now joined by the co-host of the Take Line podcast with Renee Montgomery and the host of All Caps, our friend, the one and only Jason Concepcion, joining the Jump. And when he brought this hammer out during the commercial break, I thought I might faint. I was so pleased, Jason.
Thank you for having me. What a delight to be here.
There's literally nobody on earth more qualified to talk about the intersection of Marvel and basketball than you. But before we get to that, please explain your multi-podcast universe now with Take Line in All Caps.
Take Line is the podcast that I co-host with two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. Comes out every Tuesday. We talk about the intersection of sports and politics, gender issues, etc. And then All Caps NBA is our comedic video show, satirical look at the NBA through the lens of the internet. Comes out every Friday. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. I will smite you down with Mjolnir.
I love it. Jason used to walk to the comic book store every Wednesday. Little Jason getting his Marvel comics. He also is the co-host with Mallory Rubin of Binge Mode Marvel, which I recommend everybody check out. It's on Spotify. There is nobody who could do this better. So, Jason, I am asking you now. Select your starting five if you were making a basketball team of Marvel characters. Take us through.
At point guard, I'm going to go with Captain America, Sam Wilson, Captain America. You've got the wings, newly made and minted in Wakanda. He's able to see the entire court from above, call out the plays, perfect playmaker, perfect ball mover. Hawkeye, listen, it's a controversial pick, but I feel like we need that long-range shooting. It's so important in today's NBA to have that spacing on the court. Small forward at the 3, I'm going to have Dr. Strange. It's maybe cheating a little bit, but he has the time stone and he can keep rewinding. Think about like you have a close game, final 30 seconds of a close game. What are you going to do? Dr. Strange can just keep looping it until they win. Wanda Maximoff as my 4, incredibly powerful, can alter reality. Some might say too powerful for an NBA game. And then finally, I need that rim protection. I need a 60-foot Scott Lang who is just going to absolutely block everything that comes towards the rim. And then as a roll man, as a diver, I've got a 60-foot center that's just going to be rolling towards the rim and tearing down the arena. It's unstoppable.
Okay, but your 6th man there is the one that made me, I'm not going to lie, squeal with delight when you said Pangborn was coming off the bench.
Jonathan Pangborn from Doctor Strange. He used magic to heal his legs specifically so he could play basketball. So shouts to my guy, Jonathan Pangborn. He's got the heart and the grit that we need. He could have used magic for anything, to heal the world, to foster world peace. Instead, he did it so that he could break ankles. And what could be more magical and what could be a better use for magic?
Now, you've got Tony Stark as your coach, but I want to put your starting 5 up against my starting 5 because, Jason, I feel you've made some mistakes. Here I go. Okay. I also have Hawkeye at guard, but I have him at point guard because to me, you need to be able to, again, see all the angles, right? He can see everything. He can direct traffic. He can make those laser pinpoint passes that you need. At guard, at shooting guard, Captain Marvel, Jason, because the woman literally shoots photon blasts out of her hand so she can handle the three-point line. Thank you. Groot at forward. Why? What does everybody need? They need someone rangy and wiry who can reach out and defend on the perimeter. Groot is your guy. Scarlet Witch, for all the reasons that you just said, she is also on my team. Professor Hulk, the man in the middle, that combination of brains and bronze is what we need in today's NBA at center. Coach, Dr. Strange, not only for the time looping quality, but this man can see 14 million versions of the future, so he knows the opponent's strategy before it even happens. And then, Jason, I thought you'd appreciate this. Lead referee, Heimdall, because the man can see everything maybe, or sometimes maybe not.
I mean, he missed a few things over the course of his Marvel career, several invasions of Asgard, but that's okay. I still think a strong pick.
I'm just saying it might be appropriate for how some people see referees. So, Perk, can you judge at all? I know you might not be quite on the nerd level of me and Jason here, but who do you think has the better starting five?
Well, you know what? Look, I'm going to tell you what. It's close, Rachel and Jason. I'm telling you, it's close. But what got me is the center position. And, Rachel, I gave you the nod because of Professor Hulk. Like, when you broke it down, you need a bruiser-type guy in the middle. And as a former bruiser myself, I got to give it to Rachel.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Jason, you can redeem yourselves. Okay, go ahead.
Are we concerned that Professor Hulk, his arm hasn't healed from the end of Endgame? Is he still on the IR? I'm unclear about that.
I am not. I have faith in Banner. I don't know about you, but I do. I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself, though, Jason. One of the things we all love about Marvel is the multiverse, alternate timelines where characters deal with different realities, events, other than our main current timeline. So we thought, what if we made our own NBA multiverse? Is there one moment in NBA history that if things happened differently, the timeline would branch off, our current world would look so different? So, Perk, what is your pick for most intriguing NBA multiverse?
Ooh, I'm going to have to go in 2018, Chris Paul with the Rockets. If he doesn't pull his hamstring, I think they beat the Golden State Warriors, and I think they go on to defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Chris Paul and James Harden win their first NBA championship.
Wow, it's a great one. I think Chris's ability to elevate a team is unparalleled, and we've certainly seen what he's been able to do as a member of the Suns. I think it's a good pick. It's a great one.
Well, look, if Chris goes and James go on and win that title, I don't think the Chris for Russell Westbrook trade happens, right?
Yeah.
And therefore, I don't think maybe the Russell Westbrook to DC trade happens, or John Wall. His life is different. And I don't think James Harden ends up in Brooklyn. So it would change our current NBA season as well. I love that pick. Jason, what is your most intriguing NBA multiverse scenario?
Wow. I'm going to go back to 2005. The Phoenix Suns, the 7 seconds or less Suns, had been just rolling over the league. They get into the playoffs. They dispatch with the Grizzlies. And then against the Mavs, Joe Johnson breaks his orbital bone, misses a significant amount of that series, which they then progress to the Spurs, and misses a significant amount of the Spurs series, and the Suns fall to the Spurs. Joe has always said he thinks they get a championship if he's healthy for that. I agree. Peak Amari, Nash on the way to the MVP, Sean Marion, that rangy 6'10" guy that could do everything. I think that changes a lot of things. I think Joe doesn't go to Atlanta. Atlanta then doesn't have that period with Joe Johnson. I think the Suns then match the Spurs, who were always their bête noire, the villain that was turning them away time and time again. That's the one that I am fascinated by.
I strongly agree with that, Jason, and I love that pick. The Suns dominated the NBA throughout the course of their season, and Joe Buckets, that's what I call him, ISO Joe. He was a huge part of their success, and the great Tim Duncan always said that in order to win a championship, you need 20% luck, and luck and health runs in the same category. So I love that pick.
I love that one, too. My multiverse pick is, what if Klay Thompson didn't save the Warriors in Game 6 of the 2016 Western Conference Finals? Remember, the Thunder were leading going into the fourth quarter. They were up in the series. If they had won the game, they would have won the series. Klay goes off nuclear, 19 points in the fourth. What if he only scores 11 points, which would have been still a crazy quarter? And yet, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook would have gone on to the finals. Kevin Durant does not go join the Warriors. We do not have the 5-year dynasty of dominance in Golden State, although, of course, don't ever count Steph Curry and Klay Thompson out. But, boy, things would have been different, Jason. What do you think?
I think that's a fascinating one. Kevin Durant joining a 73-win team was a shocking moment. What happens after that? Does he end up in Brooklyn where he is now? That's a really, really great one.
Rachel, I think that's the best one yet because guess what? Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant would have won more titles. They both would have never left OKC and retired as Thunders. That was an excellent pick.
Well, look, the fact that Klay scored 19 in the fourth quarter, it's possible that we are in the alternate timeline because that happening is so crazy and unusual. This may be the branch timeline, while meanwhile there's another Jason and Perk off in the other timeline where Kevin Durant is still in Oklahoma City. Jason, thank you so much for stopping by. This is just this conflation of Marvel and the NBA is one of my most proud days here at ESPN. Everyone check out Take Line and All Caps. We'll be right back after this break.